waiting for games to kick off, and really not too far away now, about, what's the time, 12 minutes until kickoff for, as we are scheduled, as the fans slowly start to come into the pitch, and also members of the media slowly come in and watch the proceedings. Should be a good night with all the great people watching all around the place. Very much looking forward to it. So scheduled kickoff for 6 p.m, not too far from now, 12 minutes away here in Woodville West. FK Beograd and Adelaide United are waiting to get underway as they finish up both of their sides' warm-ups. And the crowd slowly does start to build in here at One Solution Park, as we aren't too far away from kickoff now.
I was like half an hour. It was like, this is actually like exactly what they would do. Like, even like that joke Gouchy one. Oh, sorry, I thought you were in 1 second. Like, that joke Gouchy was like, copy aliens to leave one. Like, yeah. We've got that lady from... Yeah, that lady from sport. She loves the sweet ethnic boys commentary, apparently.
No, they didn't have someone to score it, so the actual lady from the office is watching it, and she messaged the camera person. She's like, "You're very funny." And then we had like a Costa Barbarissa situation.
Go listen, actually go listen to like it's 49th minute, like the 55th, because I was listening. And you can listen for like 6 minutes.
I'm like, they're just a Greek club, you know how they're going to fix it with a bit of Windex.
49th, second half.
I head over that way.
For over 25 years, HPG Homes have been helping South Australians build and own their dream home. Whether it's a house and land package, custom build or development, our HPG fixed price guarantee ensures no nasty surprises or price changes along the way. We're committed to quality, affordability and creating a way of life for you and your family. Fixed price, turnkey. It's gotta be HPG. HPG Homes.
We all play the same game. The battlefield may look different, but between those painted lines, the feeling each of us get alongside our tribe. Let the moment sink in, then let it rip. The runs out wide, last-ditch efforts and clean sheets. The tap-in or rocket to the top bins. The eruption of the 12th player that sends shivers down your spine. It's in the way we celebrate, because football is everyone's game. Play football.
On the back of the announcement at the celebration of football, NPLSA will be investing $50,000 into a coach education fund. $35,000 will be invested into community coach education, which will see 19 courses at club venues and over 500 community coaches. Working closely with clubs to develop and upskill coaches will strengthen the grassroots community, which will obviously benefit the football community as a whole.
It can only be beneficial because most of the clubs, most of the coaches start off just as parents coaching their kids' teams, and they're learning on the job as much as the kids. So this would be perfect because not only would kids be getting coached, the coaches will be getting coached.
As a club, we struggle to attract good coaches, and having this sort of funding coming our way will actually allow us to sort of offer more boys and girls out there to actually coach at the club. Everything comes at a cost these days, and this award presented to our club here again will allow our average parents, supporters, players to the opportunity to come out and actually to take on coaching and to be part of it. They've got a passion about the sport and a passion about this club. They'll be able to come here now, get trained up and actually take on the team and just move forward with us here.
The remaining $15,000 will be invested into a joint initiative with NPLSA, Adelaide United and PSV, where selected coaches and technical directors from South Australia will be given the professional development opportunity to go to PSV in October 2025.
Once you get the bug for the coaching, you love it, and you love seeing the kids improve, especially the connection to your club. You want to see the kids come through at your club, and it's just a win-win for everyone.
Whether it's a house and land package, custom build or development, our HPG fixed price guarantee ensures no nasty surprises or price changes along the way. Fixed price, turnkey. It's gotta be HPG.
Puts in the penalty and wins the grand final for Campbelltown City. Hello, good evening and welcome here to the second elimination final in the men's RAA NPL here in South Australia. FK Beograd versus Adelaide United to find out the next team going through to the two-legged tie in finals. FK Beograd missing out on finals last year. Adelaide United getting to this stage but losing to the Modbury Jets in extra time. So both hoping to go one step further. That will be decided over 90 minutes, if not possibly more, this evening here. So we see both sides line up. We will go through the starting lineups for both sides, starting with the home side of FK Beograd. Just one change from last week, 6-1 demolition of Campbelltown City to put an end to the Red Devils' finals hope. So Forobert Neonkuru comes in for the injured Kristen Konstantopoulos, who did come off with injury only 15 minutes into that game last week, 9 days ago. Now, of course, they're hoping to help FK Beograd's cause of going further in their first division finals run since 2004, 21 years ago now. Our referees in the middle for this evening, Regis Queffelek, our centre referee, our assistant referees Dion Turner and Zach Britton, and fourth official Daniel Faulkner. Of course, having that fourth official due to finals. For the young red sides, a big loss last week against the now relegated Modbury Jets still wasn't enough to stop them from playing finals tonight. So with that has come a few changes, one of those being in goal, Ethan Cox coming out for former Sydney FC and now Adelaide United A-League men's goalkeeper Max Vartuli. Former Fulham United junior and Australian Youth International Bailey O'Neill comes into the starting 11, and Alex Battistella returns to the bench after last featuring in round 21 against his former side in Adelaide City. I'm your commentator, Seb O'Neill, for this one, joined by Simon Jimenez. Very much looking forward to this one, and I guess not sure really to see how we think this one will go.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. Well, United, a couple of rough weeks, so how will they rebound, I guess, will be the big question today. As far as FK Beograd go, they'll have some momentum behind them from last week, but what can they create from here? I mean, last time it was a home win for FK Beograd when they played the Young Reds for the last time. It was a difficult night out, difficult conditions, so Reds sort of have some improvement to make if they're going to go one better tonight.
Of course, Adelaide United without their top goal scorer this season, Brody Burkett. So needing to find the goals elsewhere. They certainly have them in the likes of Amlani Tatu and Harry Crawford, Ryan White as well, those players who have had A-League men's experience. But FK Beograd looking to have a strong end to this season as we get underway through Lorenzo Baselli here at One Solution Park. Late one there, but referee has played on. And already gone back forward again for the Reds. Trying to defend this one from Trimboli. It's cut back, and Ivanic does get the first time strike off, and it might just roll out for a goal kick.
Well, initially off the kick-off, Adelaide United looking game. I think it's going to be the sort of game where it's an arm wrestle. That's what we saw over the last couple of weeks in teams that were effective against Adelaide United. I think they can expect a physical one tonight. I think FK Beograd, one of the teams in the NPL at the moment that sort of known for that physicality, use it very well.
Of course, these being also the two youngest teams on average this season. Of course, you would expect the Adelaide United youth team to be the youngest, but FK Beograd certainly a much younger side than perhaps previous years. Just to nearly make that one through, Nicola, but that one goes out into the stands.
He was brave there to stand there while the opposition player flew in at him.
Throw in. A good crowd out here tonight for this standalone kickoff here in the RAA men's NPL. Of course, the other final played yesterday between Croydon and West Torrens Burkalla, with Croydon going through. Of course, the WNPL finals yesterday at ServiceFM and also at Jeps Cross on Friday night. Eastern United getting promoted against Mowbray Vista in that championship final to see who goes up automatically. Big night that was, and both of these sides hoping to have that same night for themselves in a few weeks' time. That one will just roll out of play. Stuck in the corner but cleared.
I think maybe both teams are liking the noise made from the FK Beograd Ultras. They're favouring that corner.
They have been very prominent this season, the FK Beograd Ultras, making plenty of noise and doing a lot of stuff on social media. Really good to see fans get involved with the game here at a local level. Signorello will just slowly let that one roll out. Both of these sides, in all fairness, to be in pretty mixed form. United only with the 4 points in their last 5 games. Beograd with 7 in their last 5. 2 wins and a draw for them. 1 win and a draw for United. But Beograd dropping points against the 2 of the 3 bottom sides in Para Hills and Modbury in those last 5. So they're certainly not unbeatable. But when they're on their day, they are a very good side, as we have Baselli down, just getting checked upon. Looks to be okay as an Adelaide United corner comes. Curled in, headed only upwards, and will go out of play for a goal kick.
Just going back to the stats that you were mentioning, one that I find interesting and it's probably the most concerning for one of these sides. Adelaide United conceded 9 goals in the last 2 weeks and scored none. So a bit of an indicator of their form and the sort of tide of form that they have to turn tonight.
Look forward again. That's a well-won header there by Satiri Phyllis. United will retain it for those throws. White looks for the ball over the top, but is headed away by Cooper Nunn. And the offside flag comes up from Dion Turner, who last time these two sides played was actually in the middle, back in round 14 here. A 3-1 win for Beograd that afternoon. Long ball forward. We'll just fall all the way back to Jamie Signorello.
You're quite the stats man, Seb. I saw your spreadsheet while we're getting ready for this broadcast. You know who's officiated each game? That's... I
think there's only one stats man, and that's Alessio Carocci. I can't call myself the stats man.
No, I can vouch for that too. He's on top of things. He's usually retrieving stats live during the broadcast as well. That's one thing that you don't get to hear at home. How Alessio can multitask and commentate while also texting for some stat updates as well. Very impressive to see.
I'm sure he's watching at home now and enjoying the praise we're giving him as Beograd look to get forward once again. Slight discussion about which way that throw is going to go, and it's going the way of the Reds, who are in white tonight. or cream. I'm not sure the exact description of that away kit, but it isn't their normal red, which Beograd are actually wearing tonight.
Always makes it confusing when we refer to them as the Young Reds, but just keep that in mind at home tonight as well. The Young Reds wearing white. I think for them, though, this is the start that they want, just trying to make sure that FK Beograd aren't able to build up any momentum. I think one thing we did see that went against Adelaide United over the last couple of weeks is they just allow themselves to be bullied a little bit. I was at the game that they played against Adelaide City, and that certainly looked the case in that game. So I think it's just a bit of a matter of standing up and just not letting FK Beograd build up any momentum at home.
Another throw right in front of those main stands there.
They filled up nicely for the 6 o'clock Sunday night kickoff too. Credit to the home fans.
Just Koike will let that one just roll out. Signorello back with the ball in his hands. The former Campbelltown goalkeeper, unable to keep a clean sheet last week against his former club in their massive 6-1 win to move Campbelltown champions out of finals for the first time in a long time. Another throw. And now trying to get forward again, but that's a good clearance forward. Headed away, at least for the time being, back retained and looking for the wide ball of Harry Crawford, but intercepted in the end by Falco, and his ball forward should be swept up easily enough by Kasumovic, but it isn't done so, and now here's Anthony Trimboli, and a goal puts it back across the centre. And then off the bar is the strike from Lorenzo Baselli. Was falling as that shot came in, and the Italian unable to get the scoring done early underway. That's a late one there, and it will be a free kick, courtesy of Maxim Ivanic against Bailey O'Neill.
Well, lucky there not to concede in the end, Adelaide United. I was thinking in the lead up to that, it's been a pretty decent start, not letting FK Beograd really see too much or dictate the play, but there's another challenge, just making sure that they can't build an opportunity out of transition there.
Signorello again. Finds Trimboli, was looking for him at least with the header. A touchdown by Crawford, only giving it away to Neon Kuru. And again, the turnover this time to Amlani Tatu. His ball forward, nothing to write home about, unfortunately, for the Reds.
Nicola was sprinting on the overlap, trying to give him a bit of an option there, and I've noticed he sort of seems to be playing like he's got a bit of a firecracker in his pants tonight. He's both been defending pretty aggressively and also charging forward to try give Tatu an option on that occasion.
Ball is high. And a few battles for that header. Koike winning the bouncing ball. And that will be another throw. Oh, no, it has gone out of play. The way of Beograd. Falco with it. High header from Crawford. Straight back out into Beograd's favour, and Udai Koike is making a run in down the wing. Kasumovic, though, uses his body. Almost a little bit clumsily, but still manages to have the intended resolution of that
wasn't the prettiest display of his balance, but he was effective in the end. And it'll be a goal kick.
Max Vartuli to take. Didn't play last week. Ethan Cox was in goal against the Jets. But the A-League men's goalkeeper, formerly of Sydney FC and also Aalborg over in Denmark, starting this evening. For those wondering, this ground is next to a dog park, which is why you can hear sometimes a bark every now and then.
Does your stats book say what breed that park came from?
It certainly is a little bit quiet at the moment as Amlani Tatu attempts the turn. Smart turn from O'Neill. Gets it past Trimboli and then Baselli. Certainly United are sides looking plenty out of form at the moment. As you said, haven't scored a goal in the past 2 games and conceding 9. But it's not like they don't have players that have that spark. Of course, certainly have to look as far as Amlani Tatu, probably one of the standouts for them this season. That's in the starting 11 today.
Well, so far, I've just been noticing their level of concentration just seems to be lifted, and there seems to be like a bit of an intensity about how they're playing tonight. Even in the manner that they were communicating when they were on the near side of the park, it seemed really dialed in tonight. So maybe that'll be a little bit of a battle just to see if they can continue that throughout 90 minutes and beyond if need be.
Another throw. Goes short this time. And right in front of those Beograd fans.
They're trying to do something about the noise level.
Could look for long throw here if he does that, have it in his locker. Goes right on the byline, into the centre, but cleared away. Massimo Falco will get the touchdown, but not in his favour, unfortunately for Beograd. Baselli, down the wing. It's a good challenge there from Taladera to get it away. This is probably one of the newer fixtures in the NPL. They only first played each other in the first division back in 2022. And that was at ServiceFM, as we see a shot go wide. In fact, all the way out for a throw. 5-2 the way of the young Reds that day. Giuseppe Bovalina, Asar Kusumovic, Fabian Taladera, and Luki Ivanovic getting to that Sunday afternoon. And Josh Murray getting a brace for Beograd as well that day. Of course, Taladera still remaining from that goal scorers list in this fixture. Giuseppe Bovalina over in Canada with the Vancouver Whitecaps at the moment. Of course, Luki Ivanovic still with the club, of course, but I think very much an A-League level player. Corner for Beograd. About 15 minutes in. Ball into the back post, needs to find the connection and finds it from a Beograd player, and out for another goal kick for Vartuli.
It seems a little bit tense out there at the moment, doesn't it? Although Beograd had a couple of opportunities already, they seem to be... all spending a lot of time in their front half. They sort of do seem to be trying to play things just a little bit patiently. And as we said before, again, United just trying to not let them play on their terms.
Of course, for United to progress, they do need to win tonight, but they haven't actually won an away game since round 1 against Adelaide Croatia Raiders. So it's the first step, really, to trying to stop the hoodoo they have on them at the moment as they now try and get forward. Ivanic tries to find the ball through for Konstantopoulos, but just didn't have enough on it that time. Crawford up against Falco and Neon Kuru. Chooses to turn back in the end and find the centre. Not too much thought, I think, went into that ball. Was a bit rushed, maybe.
You mentioned the away performances for United, and what I've seen from them when they played away from home, and especially on grass pitches, they do seem to struggle a little bit. And the last time they played away here was one example. It was a pretty wet night, and although they got on the board first, they did just struggle to implement their more free-flowing passing game on that occasion. On the flip side, they drew Metro Stars at TK Shutter, and they looked very impressive that night, where, again, on the artificial, they were able to play the game more on the terms that they would like.
I think it's certainly fair enough to say that this pitch at the moment, not in the greatest of conditions. You're watching the warm-up, and you could see that bit of bobble, even in when the Reds were just doing small-sided rondos, really.
On the flip side, though, that's the way it is. Every other team has to play on, varying conditions of pitches, and they have to do that as well, and they have to find a way to be successful.
Ryan White looks for Amlani Tattoo down the wing. He'll look for the throw quickly. And then decides not to in the end. Shouts of a handball. It will be a free kick from that handball. Does find its way into the area, only headed away by Trimpoli. He's had a phenomenal season for Beograd up front. Probably one of the surprise standouts across the league, to be honest. As we'll need another ball.
Yeah, he's a bit of a handful, Trimboli, up front. And he's trying to figure out a way to describe him. He doesn't seem like the orthodox sort of player up the front, but he's just he's a handful. He's effective. 13 goals, according to my calculations, in NPL competition this year.
4 assists to his name as well. So certainly always amongst the goals this season. Other than that chance for Vaselli off the bar, not really too much either way so far in this opening 20 minutes, which I suppose if you look at it is probably more of a positive for Adelaide United than it is Beograd.
Yeah, I'm just trying to sort of think of who's really been in control. It's spent more time in the forward half for FK Beograd, but considering the lack of real opportunities they've created, credit to Adelaide United.
That one cleared forward. Bartoli Finds the wide ball in Tatu, who's swapped flanks. Falco wins it back, but only it is turned over with Vinko Stanisic. Kasumovic looks long, but his ball just won't reach. Nikola will be the beneficiary of the one back. Stays with the United throw. Holding there, but play on. Tatu tries to flick it over and wins the throw too. And that's a necessary one. You really can't be letting those happen in a game such as this, because little margins and little mistakes like that can be and will normally be easily punished at this level.
Well, we've seen the approach shift a little bit from Adelaide United. They were trying to pick out some long options. They haven't really been terribly successful at this early stage, but all they need is to manage to pull it off once and they could be on. They certainly do just look the more convincing when they are in this sort of scenario where it's more of a spread play, more free moving.
Tatu tried to touch it past Falco, but he ends up getting a touch first, but still the throw. Bailey O'Neill to take. Takes the short option. Trimboli doing his defensive work. Baselli now right up against Ryan White in a foot race. Baselli still going forward. The Italian doing very, very well. Into the centre for Konstantopoulos! And the save from Vartuli takes it wide for a corner.
Way to break the momentum there from Beograd. Looks like United were just starting to build up a little bit, but how quickly and they're able to turn it, and it's thanks to that great sprint by Baselli. Managed to just stay in front and cut it back at the right time and find his option in the middle in chasing Konstantopoulos.
Yeah, brilliant run from the Italian after having joined Beograd this season. And a big play for them in midfield and also out in the wing on occasion as there's a little bit of pushing and shoving in the box. Just being sorted out by Regis Quefalek. Will be that shot taker of Konstantopoulos on this corner.
Trying to pick who has the height advantage. I think United might
it's
have
a hard
it all
one.
in all.
Fazo Kasumovic is young but still a very, very tall figure.
Yeah.
Let's see what they do from it here. It's high. It's pretty far from the back post, and it's in! From the corner. And the header was travelling. But Beograd find themselves a goal up. 25 minutes in.
Well, I was looking for the height, but it wasn't that made the difference in there. Delivered beyond that back post and just capitalised on when that header came in. I'm just waiting for the replay to come up, but it looked like it might have been off the shoulder.
The Beograd fans here are certainly delighted with that goal in this first half, but now United again needing to find a goal away from home. Which, again, not to harp on about it, they haven't done so in their past 2 away games. So United do get us back underway, needing a comeback. O'Neill. And we'll go all the way back.
It's going to be a bit of a battle at this point for United just to keep their heads. I mentioned at the start they seem to be quite focused and dialed in, but given the results over the last couple of weeks and how much they've conceded, this is the sort of point of the game where they can make sure they stay positive.
I'm not sure who that goal will go down to be honest. Baselli possibly got the last touch as it was crossing the line nearly off his chest. So we will have to wait and see the result of that as Adelaide United get forward through Tattoo, but it won't amount to anything that time around.
Did it take a deflection on the way to Baselli?
Yeah, I'm not sure. But it was Banjak's header to start it off and put it goalwards. And if anything, was just helped on by Baselli in the end. Another throw for Beograd. Throwing goes short. Goal was scored about at the quarter of the way through the match. Probably the fair expectation of how the half has gone a goal to Beograd. They had an early chance, as we said, through Baselli. And then maybe even, depending on how that one's been credited, as that one goes high. But probably a fair reflection of the scoreline at the moment of how the game has gone so far. United probably not with any real chances going forward as of yet.
Yeah, I think that's correct. Just based on how much time it spent in the forward half for FK Beograd. It was a scrappy one in the end. I guess the clearest chance that they had in the first half was the one that hit the crossbar. So I guess just the fact that it's been spending the time at that end, eventually they're rewarded for it.
Taladera again looks for the long ball. Will reach Signorello and had to act quickly to clear first time. The touch from Ivanic, though, just leaves it in the area and the space of Blazovic. One back by Bailey O'Neill, but unfairly in the eyes of the referee. Ball looks long. Trimboli does get the header on. And now this is forward here for Ivanic. Very quickly, penalty shouts are waved away. And probably the right decision in the end. But United just constantly under pressure at the moment. And just trying to play it out from the back to stop it for themselves, really. Long ball forward from Blazovic, looking for Tattoo. But the header comes back into the middle and cleared by Harrington. Falls to Nicola. Stanisic in a very tight area, somehow manages to squirm his way out of it, and the ball over the top again, straight towards Signorello. They're starting to get a few more areas in, but it is that final ball that's hurting them at the moment.
At the moment, they just don't seem like they've got that big presence up the front, and up the other end of the park was Trimboli. We were talking about him sort of trying to describe the sort of player that he is, and we saw a good example of it there. Just the presence that he had in the 18-yard box, using his body on a defender, and I think it was a different player that ended up receiving it, but just the fact he was there made things very difficult for United in defending in that instance.
Nice little run through there by Konstantopoulos. Couldn't make the final way through. It was falling towards him. Couldn't keep it. The ball bouncing. Another long ball forward. Doesn't get the first touchdown. Here's Amlani Tatu. Strikes and scores! Amlani Tatu somehow, almost out of nothing for Adelaide United, gets them back level half an hour in.
Well, it was right on time too, because we were talking about how Adelaide United sort of didn't really have that height up front, but it ended up being Tatu just darting in. He was waiting on that left-hand side, but came in, he timed the bounce really well, got the foot to it, and just able to beat Signorello. God, I really stumbled on that one. Signorello on that instance. Tatu did even look like in the lead up to that, he was sort of struggling to get involvement a little bit, but he's done it at a crucial time there. Just timed his run and come onto it. First touch control and just place it into the back of the net.
I would even hazard a guess to say that would probably be their first shot on target of the match too. But for them to even get on the score sheet is so important for them at the moment with the form they have. So still a game on our hands here. Beograd once again looking forward. Just trying to get the touchdown right. Really having to fight off to keep was Ryan White. Azovic trying to get in the way, but that pass not good enough to keep. That's Taladera. Of course, made his A-League debut last season, starting against Sydney FC at Allianz. Wasn't a great day out for him in terms of the game itself, but still, I'm sure, valuable experience for young 19-year-old Fabian Taladera. He was also a member of that under-20 Asian Cup squad who went on to win the whole thing a couple months ago, alongside of a few of his other Adelaide United teammates. And came off the back of Tatu there. And we'll go back to Signorello. Tatu just applying the pressure.
I think the other thing that goal achieves for Adelaide United is just reward their output that they've been showing. They've just been demonstrating a nice little bit of fight since they conceded that initial goal. And although those opportunities didn't really come, at least it shows that once you do find that valuable ball up front.
That's a good touchdown, but Falco, his head, able to get there first to Signorello.
I was just going to say that that can be rewarded, so hopefully that does just sort of allow them to continue that sort of work rate that they've been showing.
These two sides, of course, finishing side by side on the table at the end of the season. Beograd in 4th, United in 5th, but 32 points for United and 37 points for Beograd, so that bit of a gap between that top 4 and 5th and 6th. Also in Burkalla, of course, got knocked out yesterday against Croydon. A team who have regularly made finals the past few years, Adelaide United. Of course, Burkalla only just being promoted this season, making finals a big achievement for them as well. And the turnaround from Croydon as well after last year into 3rd place, was even battling for 2nd for quite a while there. Foul right at the halfway line.
Tatu was just getting some instructions from his bench, and I wonder if that was maybe a little bit of a hint in how to...
Ball comes in here. He's taken away with the flick. Could even counter here, Trimboli. Shouts of a handball possibly, manages to get through the legs. And here forward comes Maxim Ivanic. Was 1-on-2. Ivanic still with it, takes it wide, and now here's the shot. They're claiming there was a foul in the area. But nothing was given.
Dion, did you see anything?
And questions are being asked of the officials here at One Solution Park, but nothing given in the end, and that foul is. The run forward from Ivanic was well done just now. Has not been a regular starter whatsoever. Has only started 4 games, this being the 5th of the season. Has played in almost every one of them. And still has 7 goals and an assist to his name. The definition of an impact sub this season has Maxim Ivanic been.
I think in that instance, though, there was just a little bit of hesitation with it. I think other players might have been a little bit more comfortable with that when that ball comes in long and would be able to just control it immediately and launch off the shot. Just allowed a little bit of time for the Adelaide United defenders to come back and made it a bit of a messy scenario. And in the end, considering how dangerous it looked initially, they dealt with it well.
Yeah, certainly not the Lionel type of messy that they might have wanted. They start up from the back and again look for the long ball forward. They're pretty insistent on going that route so far.
I was saying in the lead up to that sort of couple of moments of madness there, Amani Tatu came to the bench and got some instructions, and I wonder if it was just a little bit of guidance on how sort of to deal with those long balls that come in. It was Massimo Falco that seems to be doing most of the marking on him, so maybe they've noticed something that they might be able to beat him. Those long
it's a
balls
poor
in.
touch from Cooper Nunn, and they pounce forward here. Can United get a second? Again, they're trying to claim for a foul. Is that a penalty? It is! Ryan White wins it. Beograd are not happy with that call. But the decision from the referee will be penalty for Adelaide United and an opportunity for them to get a goal in front.
Well, it was well measured by United. They were patient there. And in the end, by just being in the 18-yard box, just waiting for that foul to come, they eventually win it. And wouldn't have predicted within the first half hour, say, of this half, that you could potentially see United going into half-time with the advantage.
5 minutes left to go of this first half. And perhaps the unexpected having occurred after what we've seen in this opening 40 minutes from Beograd. Ryan White on the penalty, formerly of Para Hills Knights, having a big moment last week, saving themselves from relegation. Can he make one for himself tonight? Signorello wanting to keep this out. Of course, any penalty save always tends to invigorate the home side. Here's Ryan White. Signorello did get a hand to it, but the penalty was strong enough from Ryan White. And Adelaide United 2-1 away from home.
Well, this sets us up for an interesting end to the half, and second as well. The home side going to have to do some chasing. I'll be interested to see as well how this affects Adelaide United and how they sort of look with a little bit of momentum behind them. It's not a position they've been in the last couple of weeks, with their last win having come back in round 19.
And especially for Beograd, it's not really the conceding, it's probably the frustration of how they've conceded as well, that they almost need to get out of their system. to really try and concentrate on trying to get something out of this still, because of course they need to play football for another week for season 2025. Ivanic manages to win it back, but his touch is poor.
Well, I'll be interested to see how this game plays out. If FK Beograd are being a little bit more aggressive, maybe a little bit less patient, whether that does maybe play into Adelaide United's game plan of just trying to play a bit more of a free, open game and make them chase a little bit.
Tatsu gets the touchdown.
Do you get the feeling if Adelaide United do have the opportunity to play the way they want to, it could be pretty frustrating for Beograd.
The header goes upwards, and then again from Baselli, and it stays in play for the Italian. Trimboli just trying to find his way into the box, twisting and turning. Cleared as far as Ryan White, but his ball forward rushed. Here's Falco. Ball doesn't find a teammate. Flicked on by Ryan White, and that one's cleared into a house.
They're not getting that one back. It's in someone's backyard. If you're in Woodville West, I think that's where we are. Check your backyard. You might have a match ball.
I think I saw smoke coming out from that house as well, so I think I might have been having a barbecue too. So, good night for them, I suppose.
That's all you need, a ball knocking over your Weber.
That Adrian Deloya asking for one before half-time for Beograd. And just gotten confirmation that will be 2 minutes of time to be added on at the end of regular time. And then another after play had already been stopped. And again, the frustration perhaps coming out at the moment. And a free kick for the Reds to resume.
Well, we're sort of seeing play out what we're a little bit worried about seeing from FK Beograd, just that frustration getting the better of them.
No closer, that's good, thank you. No closer, step out.
Ball goes long into the box, headed away. Right in front of photographer extraordinaire Antonis Pagonis. Taladera tries to slip a ball in through a centre. And again, they're just getting the luck of the bounce at the moment. United, the ball comes in, and Signorelli with strong hands keeps it at a halt for now, at least.
United look completely different when they're the team being chased. You can see just how much more comfortable they are when they're in possession. They're able to move it around freely.
Another throw in for Beograd as we enter additional time here. And a free kick again, this time for the home side. Really wanting to get it back level before they head into the sheds. Such an intriguing first half we've had so far. It's delivered in high. Header needs to be won. It was by Konsumovic. And that's a big boot forward from Amlani Tatu. course, United 2-1 in front, but would you say they'd be happy going into the break? They haven't really been in control, or in all honesty, the better side so far.
Well,
but of course, they're winning.
In the context of the fact that they had to get one back and end up in front, and they seem to be more in control at the end of the half. So I think overall you've got to be content with how they finished the first 45 minutes. In terms of instructions at half-time, I think a big part of that will centre around just being ready for the onslaught that they're going to get from FK Beograd. I have a feeling that this second half is going to be aggressive from Beograd. It's going to be physical. And if Adelaide United can play the way they want to play and be the team that is being chased, I think that'll put them in the position that they want to be in.
And they only have to look back as last week as we head into half-time. After the half, playing against Campbelltown, they played them off the park in that second half against Campbelltown. So certainly you'd have to say off of that, not over for FK Beograd. Both sides heading to the sheds. Half-time here at One Solution Park. Do not go anywhere. Half-time score, FK Beograd 1, Adelaide United 2.
For over 25 years, HPG Homes have been helping South Australians build and own their dream home. Whether it's a house and land package, custom build or development, our HPG fixed price guarantee ensures no nasty surprises or price changes along the way. We're committed to quality, affordability and creating a way of life for you and your family. Fixed price turnkey. It's gotta be HPG. HPG Homes. For over 25 years, HPG Homes have been helping South Australians build and own their dream home. Whether it's a house and land package, custom build or development, our HPG fixed price guarantee ensures no nasty surprises or price changes along the way. We're committed to quality, affordability and creating a way of life for you and your family. Fixed price turnkey. It's gotta be HPG. HPG Homes.
Their own hands. Zarabona. There's a plethora of opponents, but gets his shot in, and that's a fine goal by Alan Narabona to make it 4-2. And Narabona has 3 for the night. And what a finish! And it's Hamish McCabe from distance. Wowee! What a goal to double the lead!
And what a night Fred Sunday's had so far, really driving that attack up front.
And now, can I do something again? And there we have it, number 4! Marlborough Jets, out of nothing! Quickly get back into it again! And it's McCabe!
He's not going to plan in the first half. That saw Parra Hills get in front. Another chance! Wow! Locked up again in the paddocks. 2-2.
penalty and wins the grand final for Campbelltown City.
For over 25 years, HPG Homes have been helping South Australians build and own their dream home. Whether it's a house and land package, custom build or development, our HPG fixed price guarantee ensures no nasty surprises or price changes along the way. We're committed to quality, affordability and creating a way of life for you and your family. Fixed price turnkey. It's gotta be HPG. HPG Homes.
Coles Mini Roos is more than just football. It is a place to find our feet, learn new skills, and meet new friends. Football starts here. Find your place. Join our team.
These will go back to the pitch. FK Beograd and Adelaide United.
Welcome back to the second half here at One Solution Park. 2-1 the way of Adelaide United, courtesy of Amalani Tatu and Ryan White from the penalty spot. But FK Beograd perhaps looking the better of the two sides in the first half. And towards the end, maybe just letting their frustration get the better of them, Simon Jimenez.
Yeah, I think by the end of the half, Adelaide United looked like they sort of had the momentum with it. I think it's going to be really interesting because FK Beograd, they're going to have to show some aggression and really make Adelaide United feel like they're under pressure, but at the same time not do anything silly and leave themselves vulnerable.
We get back underway for the second 45. Of course, this game able to go to extra time and penalties. Wouldn't even be the first penalty shootout that FK Beograd have seen this year here at One Solution Park. Had to go to one in the Cup against Fulham United from memory. Here come United forward again early on in the half. They take a strike from Rains, a save from Signorelli, and the follow-up from Ryan White. Nothing too spectacular, but a good start from Adelaide United compared to the first half.
Yeah, nice quick break. Managed to open up the opportunity. It was an awful strike from Ryan White and follow-up, but nonetheless, Adelaide United getting the early bit of run of play.
A long goal kick from Signorello. Ball was just let to bounce over for a Beograd throw for Falco.
I think already only a couple of minutes in, we're seeing sort of how the last half ended, which is Adelaide United enjoying being chased a little bit.
That's the touchdown. Is kept. A fun through ball. Doesn't make it the whole way through though. Still looking on that far side and down the wing. And the free kick given. A little bit unhappy with the treatment he was given there as well, but will still end up in the free kick anyway for Beograd. A good opportunity early on in the half. Goes outwards, headed to the edge of the area. The strike comes off, and then the second in a row from Udai Koike. High over the bar.
I was wondering if we were going to see something similar to what FK Beograd did with the corner in the first half, where they were successful in the goal, where they tried to play it just beyond the goal. And then just create a bit of a messy situation in front of the goal when it came off that header beyond the back post. But no, in that case, just trying to drop it right in front of goal.
Nicola gets the chest down, but doesn't keep it. It will stay with United through with the throw. Vaselli just getting in the way. But United do keep it. A flick over from Ryan White. Does reach a target of Bailey O'Neill. It's a late challenge that will be given as a free kick. No changes at the break for either side. Of course, benches extended by one in the final series to give each coaching staff that extra option off the bench if they do want it. Here's a brilliant little run from Crawford. Nearly made it all the way through the cross, but will be a corner instead.
Yeah, the instruction just before that was find Harry, and that they did. Now they win a corner kick for their troubles. What can United create here?
Maxi, be alert. Maxi, closer. Come closer.
Corner for the Reds. Delivered into the centre, headed outwards. Goes all the way back, and Nicola perhaps was looking to try and take on the strike himself.
Ethan's with you.
And the ball forward, Ivanic. Just pushing Nicola off the ball there. No foul though. So far it's almost the opposite of what we saw in the first half. In the first booking of the match too, in fact, over there.
A little bit clumsy there from Trimboli, and the sort of actions that we're a little bit worried about seeing from FK Beograd in response to Adelaide United sort of dictating the run of play. Again, that to be aggressive, but they can't get overzealous.
All the way back with Max Vartuli. Of course, him and Ethan Cox now having to battle against new goalkeeper Josh Smits, the Dutchman, who's just joined Adelaide United and only arrived, I think, yesterday. Cox and Vartuli were sort of battling it out for that starting spot alongside Delianov, now departed for the Newcastle Jets. But an experienced goalkeeper for the A-League team might just be what they need at this point in time.
I think even experienced heads in the side as well.
Especially when you lose the likes of Javi Lopez, of course, now an assistant coach to the right of us as this ball comes in from Ryan White. And just a miss hit there by Amlani Tatu.
It just looked like he got a little bit off balance, and maybe the ball just switched directions a little bit at the last minute, and he was forced to adjust. But Adelaide United looking in control at the moment.
Headed down. Manages to keep it within a touch. Here's Tatu. Switches the ball wide. Bit high for Crawford, but does keep it in play and tries to put it past them against. But Harrington does really, really well there. And it will be a booking for Harry Crawford. Ball goes long from none.
In case you're wondering why we just went silent there, it was just to try eavesdrop on the bit of the conversation happening in front of us.
A one-way conversation, I think, more so.
All the words were coming from Ethan Harrington.
Between Ethan Harrington and Harry Crawford. I think maybe now after that booking, maybe just trying to get in the head of his opponent there, his direct opponent, in fact.
I've seen Crawford get singled out a little bit in recent weeks. That game I mentioned before against Adelaide City was one where they tried to get in his head a little bit, so hopefully maybe being a little bit experienced, getting the verbal treatment, maybe he's hopefully learning to cope with it.
Of course, Harry Crawford having a few of those A-League men's games under his belt. He certainly has faced very experienced A-League men's players. That free kick's been allowed to be taken quickly. And now here's Baselli. Finds the ball wide in Trimboli. Right up against. And it will go out for a goal kick, sorry. I think everyone almost just caught off guard by the pace of which that free kick was taken quickly too.
Yeah, it's all seeming a little bit frantic at the moment, and Crawford's still having some words with the assistant and fourth official.
Stanisic. Blazovic. Here's Ryan White. Finds it wide. Just taken down there. And a free kick given the way of Beograd. Maybe the frustration starting to turn over slightly.
It seems it, but on the spectator side, this is the sort of game that we wanted to see from the outset. I think, admittedly, for the first 20 minutes or so, it wasn't the exciting start to the game that every spectator loves, but it's certainly seeming really competitive out there at the moment.
Just falling on the ball there was Falco, managed to keep it and win it back, in fact. And a free kick. This time to United.
Another little side quest happening.
Ball looks long, but I think it will just go all the way to Signorello, who does have a bit of time to assess his options. United will want to do better than their finals campaign last year, going out in extra time against the Mowbray Jets. Not sure what the idea there was from Ivanic.
I was thinking just in the build-up to this, we're in the box seat for a competitive battle between Crawford and Harrington, but looks like there's something else happening on the other side of the park as well. Ivanic seems to be having plenty to say.
Konstantopoulos unable to get past both Nicola and Taladera, but again the ball given away. Koike. Goselli couldn't find the pass. It's a nice long ball forward for Tatu if he's able to take it past. But Banjak wins out. Has to be quick on his feet here, and is so. Still going forward. He's had a bit too much on the ball there, it is. And that attack falters out.
It's a much more open game that we're seeing so far in the second half compared to what we saw in the first. It's been an entertaining first 12 minutes or so to the second half.
Both sides, you would imagine, would start looking to their benches somewhat soon. both with plenty of decent options to bring on. Riley Stam, who scored last week against Campbelltown, also a former Adelaide United player, up front. It's a poor header, falls right to Crawford, and here's this battle again of him versus Harrington. Crawford still with it, plays the ball into the centre. Here's Crawford again. Saved well from Signorello.
Does that make Crawford and Harrington 1-1? I'm not sure because Crawford still has a yellow card, unfortunately for him, but
certainly a well-built attack there. Is that a foul? No. Beograd find themselves forward again. Finds it in the centre, and it's still in the area. Here's Baselli. Just gets it all wrong. At the moment, they needed it to go right for him. And that will be a booking as well.
Is that for Ivanic?
I'm not too sure.
It looked like it was pointed in his direction, but then I heard a crowd cheer.
Yeah,
But
that's
it could
exactly
be
what
that
the
Adelaide United
confusion
crowd
was.
That's why you looked at me slightly befuddled. But
so a goal kick for United. Kuru didn't let it fall to him. Instead, Kupanum spreads it out wide. It's a poor clearance upwards. Beograd the beneficiaries. Here's Lorenzo Baselli once again. And that seems to be an indication of wanting to make a substitute. Looks like Jared Clark will be first cab off the ranks for Beograd. Kick went short. Ticking past the hour mark now here in One Solution Park in front of what is a healthy crowd on that far side over there. I'm sure wanting their side to give them something to cheer for. And they've had a few moments in the past couple of minutes, really just needing to convert them. Another foul and a free kick. And they will make that change now. Jared Clark will come on for Robert Neon-Kuru. Didn't start last week, but came on after the injury to Kristen Konstantopoulos. So on comes Jared Clark, the Vanuatuan international. 9 matches for the Oceanic side. Wanting to make an impact from the bench, which he has had to do so this season. Hasn't been able to start as many as he normally would at centre-back. And that mainly due to the excellent partnership of Nunn and Banjak at the back. And even here you see him come on in a midfield role in place of Neon-Kuru, who's had a very good game today in that centre of midfield.
maybe FK Beograd in that instance just trying to put a nice cool head on. Neon-Kuru's play with plenty of excitement in the middle, but they certainly need to be measured and patient. Beograd in trying to chase down this 2-1 lead that United currently have. Long ball forward, but I think
well offside there. Tuli to take the free kick. Bounces over kindly. Signorelli has to come out of his box. And just clears in the end. On the bench for Adelaide United, the likes of Alex Battistella. Also, Mohamed Hassan, who did start last week against Mulberry Jets, and also Mutsa Pandawana, who was that goal scorer, as there's something that's happened. And I'm not really too sure what has caused this.
I didn't see anything happen there at all, so I wonder if it's something that's come out of somebody's mouth, because it's certainly erupted and the ground stewards are rushing over to just take control of this.
Regis Queflek just keeping a keen eye on everything that is going on.
I'll be really curious to see this on the replay when it comes up on our end, because I have no idea what made that kickoff. And I don't think either bench does either, because they're just standing around observing at the moment.
At the moment, no bookings or anything given.
So on the replay, it looked like the throw-in was taken from Adelaide United. Oh, and it looks like there was a bit of a challenge from one of the Beograd players. Although there was no initial reaction from United. Yeah, I think perhaps it was something that was said, because
the three officials now, the two assistant referees and Regis Queflek, having a discussion in the centre of the pitch. Will be very interesting to see the outcome. We saw from that replay that it was, I think, Lorenzo Baselli the first to really rush in. So it will be an interesting outcome regardless of what happens, I think, because, as we said, we don't have too much information to go off of other than what we saw, really.
It was interesting because Baselli came
and he was also pretty far away too.
Was he perhaps trying to maybe separate the players, and then he's maybe made contact with someone on the way in and made it erupt? I'm not quite sure.
Discussions still going on. It looks like the decision in the end, at least on the pitch, is a free kick maybe for Adelaide United.
Ground stewards are still there as well, so I was wondering if it was maybe even something maybe crowd related as well. I'm really confused. That might be something to discuss after the game to try and unpack what's actually happened.
Meanwhile, Bailey O'Neill getting individual instructions from Elvis Markov right in front of us here. And here will be the decision from Regis Queflek. We can't really see because we've got a crowd of United players right in front of where Regis Queflek is. And looks like a yellow to Lorenzo Baselli, which I imagine is for the rushing in after that. And it will be a booking as well to, I think that's Udai Koike. And that might be the end of it. No, straight red card. And two red cards, in fact. Adelaide Adelaide United down to 9.
Well, we'll certainly have something to talk about at full time, won't we? Still not quite sure what's actually happened to result in that. But the consequences for Adelaide United, huge.
So I'm honestly quite shocked, really. And of course, big changes will be needed for Adelaide United. Because I don't think you're really prepared to go down from 11 to 9 ever.
Both benches are frantic at the moment. I'm trying to have a listen to what the fourth official is saying. What I caught from that was there was a hand in the face somewhere, which I'm guessing was probably in the lead up to Lorenzo Boselli running in. And now Adelaide United bench frantically making some changes. I mean, as we take stock of the situation that we're in the moment, Adelaide United still lead 2-1. However, they are now minus 2 men. Getting ready to take a free kick.
So Crawford, the one sent off, or one of sent off. So just getting confirmation there. Harry Crawford and Bailey O'Neill, the 2 sent off. I have no words, but it's in Beograd's hands at the moment, you'd imagine. They've got 20 minutes against 9 players. An unbelievable turn of events here at One Solution Park. Still, though, United with the lead, and now the corner too. They are a goal up, but
we've had conversations before when we talk about the regular season, and I know there's a lot of people that think first team past the post should be premiers in this competition. But something funny happens in finals, which is you get finals moments like this. How quickly things can change and a match can just erupt and things get flipped on their head.
Ball given away and Beograd looks forward again.
I think the curious thing about that whole thing is I'm not still completely sure what actually happened.
So I've had a few messages come in to sort of, because obviously our view is only pretty much the close side, so we can't really see too well over there. It looks like, so Harry Crawford was a second yellow. Obviously got a yellow earlier on in the half, and I believe Bailey O'Neill's was for a headbutt.
Right.
Is what I'm getting and understanding from the messages I'm receiving. We'll have to look after. We can't really check now as the game's going on, but that's just what the info I'm receiving is, especially with us sort of we can't see as far as we might want to sometimes here.
Well, thank you to our commentators group chat. I hope you've got a good view and that you're not leading us astray. But now Ethan Harrington's got Amlani Tatu in his crosshairs with plenty to say. Just quietly though, Amlani Tatu looks like he's soaking that up.
So again, 20 minutes for Beograd to get something against 9 players. Unforeseen and unheard of in football most of the time, especially at once.
There was a lengthy delay caused by that as well, so
there'll be plenty of
there
additional
may
time
be, in addition to 10 minutes of additional time.
Here comes the cross in, comes into the centre. Well, could have been an own goal if it had found its way in, but it has been cleared away in the end. Astounding. They look forward again. Ball into the centre. Baselli plays a nice one, but Koike was offside there.
Just got another update via text message, and maybe we'll make this the last one for a little while because the game is continuing. But O'Neill headbutt as he was standing up, and Crawford second yellow for slinging Beograd player to the ground. Thank you to the spectators at home for keeping us on top of things. But again, the picture now is 75th minute, 2-1 lead to Adelaide United, and they only have 9 men.
Adelaide United still with a full bench at their disposal too. No changes made yet. Beograd with the one and Jared Clark, but obviously still has the 2 windows left for the home side and the 3 for Adelaide United.
This game is just a little bit unhinged at the moment. Can't quite make sense of what's happened and what's happening on the field. It's all...
Baselli will look to get onto it and just play it right in front of Konstantopoulos. The touchdown from Trimboli finds the Italian. Right, gets the final touch, and it's a United throw.
At this moment, you'd expect that United will be in no hurry.
It's sort of... There's... At least in my interpretation, there is 2 ways this can go. Of course, playing against 9 would give you that confidence, but also the longer it goes on that they don't score against 9 could also be another frustrating factor, and in turn they could rush passes, rush shots. Just playing devil's advocate here, really.
No, I think you're exactly right. And at the moment, Adelaide United aren't playing like a team with just 9 men. They're still attacking. And the more it's in Adelaide United's forward half, I guess the more time they get to see click down. So, interestingly, maybe we're going to see more attack from United.
Certainly entertaining from a neutral perspective. Ryan White goes against Harrington, and White still does keep the ball after a poor touch, finds Nicola. Has Blazovic in close proximity, doesn't find him. And United doing well for the time being.
I said before as well, I get a feeling United like being chased. And at the moment, they still have the lead just with 9 men. And certainly the way they're looking on the ball at the moment, they haven't taken a backward step.
Of course, there are still, even if United do make it through, due to those 2 red cards, there will be long-term precautions. Of course, Crawford will now be missing next week, of course. If not 2, I'm not sure what the suspensions are like, depending. Bailey O'Neill could be 1 or 2. So that's 2 key players, too, alongside the likes of Brody Burkett missing, Joey Garuccio still not included. So even then, it's still hard for United, even if they do make it through. Long ball coming in, looking at the back post, headed upwards, out for a corner.
And the test waiting at the end of this game as well is Metro Stars over 2 legs. So you want to cross your T's and dot your I's when you're preparing for that over 2 legs. But the battle to stay in front is what names for Adelaide United. And this game, of course, will go to extra time should it be locked up at 90 minutes. So,
corner comes in. The header's in the area, just bouncing, but it will fall forward, and Taladera just taking his time. And then the long ball forward. Koike and Signorello in close proximity. Signorello getting the touch on to prevent Tatu coming on towards goal. even further than he already was.
A strange feeling, Seb, that the drama hasn't finished for this game yet.
Tatu's ball only falls backwards. And you can certainly see the space open up at times for Beograd. Blazovic against Harrington. And a free kick the way of Harrington. There's Judai Koike on the ball now. Was playing over in Uzbekistan in 2024 with Dinamo Samarkand. Also played in Lithuania as well. The 30-year-old. On the roll all the way out for a Beograd throw again. Jared Clark. Good touch from Falco. Finds it in the centre. Cleared away by Stanisic. And then another ball in. Vartuli. Only really just pushing away the ball there. We'll go all the way back to Ethan Harrington. Now at the feet of Jared Clark. Plays it wide. And that's a hard ball in from Falco. Into, I think, what is an unfortunate area.
Yeah, the reaction tells the story, doesn't it, Seth?
Beograd readying up a substitute. Riley Stamp to come on against his former side.
Lani Tatu's getting undressed.
And on comes Riley Stamp. Brother Liam involved with Adelaide United in the NTC program, not in today's match squad. But of course, Riley Stamp, can't forget that outstanding 2023 season with Para Hills in State League 1 the year they got promoted. It's a header in, Vartuli will capture. As we have less than 9 minutes left. But of course, I think we will have plenty of additional time after those double red cards to United. I think that alone was at least maybe 5, if not 6 minutes. And of course, adding things like substitutes and other stoppages in general.
I think United certainly at this stage will be happy to eat up as much clock as they can. So,
and again, I think the key for Beograd is just remaining calm anytime they do go forward or have the ball. And not really rushing anything, knowing they have the two-man advantage.
Well, it seems like they've settled in a little bit now and they're playing like a team that are 2 men up. So far, Adelaide United doing a pretty good job of absorbing.
Koike to none. Trimboli on the turn. Plays the ball through. Baselli comes off his heel. Kupanan trying to control it and does do so in the end. Another former United youth player joining Beograd this season from over in the US. After having spent some time there. Already becoming one of these standout defenders in the competition this year. It's well done by United, and Tatu against Koike if he can get the first touch, but Koike, it's a lovely little touch and first time ball. Clark over the top, which Vartuli will let roll out for a goal kick. United also look to be readying up Mohamed Hassan to come on. bit of extra energy and really just rejuvenating this side in the final moments to keep them alive in the finals for this season once again.
The factor I've still got in my mind is the fact that we can go to additional time in the very likely event that FK Beograd get one back. So let's face it, they've got 2 additional men, and United, you know, usually a team with 9 men can only absorb for so long. And the fact that 9 men are going to have to run out potentially 120
Here's advantage
minutes.
with the ball in the middle and cleared away by Blazovic in the end for a corner. And they will make the sub at the corner. And Amlani Tatu will be the one withdrawn.
Well, that's interesting. Tatu is the sort of player that he is able to still give Adelaide United some opportunities with his individual brilliance, even though they're in defensive mode.
I'm sure we'll be happy to have a goal to his name tonight. But will that one be enough to keep them going? Corner comes into the centre. It's there. Might have been cleared off the line. It was actually offside in the end. Anyway, so it wouldn't have counted, even if it had crossed that line.
Oh, Seb, what's happening? Nervous football at this point of the game.
5 minutes left. Offside flag has gone up.
It was an offside over there.
Look up!
It was an offside.
Now there's promotion in front of us. All being called back for an offside.
Very frantic discussions all over the place. Here's Kupanan. Again, Beograd looking pretty relaxed at the moment, and they need to be.
Mohammed!
Jared Clark again with it at his feet. Tries to flick it back. And a needed clearance, but again, will only fall as far as the centre-back. Konstantopoulos has Nicola right up against him. Takes a deflection, that ball. Jared Clark. Falls back out to Konstantopoulos. Now Koike. And they aren't rushing these attacks. They really are being very meticulous at the moment. This ball comes in. Headed away. Koike. Plays it over the top. Nunn into the centre. Cleared back outwards. And Nunn will let it roll out for a throw-in. Nervous is the middle of this game at the moment as Beograd make a substitution. Zach Kosick to come on, joining from Beograd, and this being his 4th appearance off the bench for Beograd this season. The Beograd fans making noise and needing to at the moment. Header goes over. Goal kick.
But you can tell it's a nervous moment at the moment because I heard Elvis Markov raise his voice for the first time this game just a couple of moments ago. Seemed to be ice cold on the Adelaide United bench, but
even happy to have a laugh too, I've noticed in the past 10 minutes. Ball from Box Hawley couldn't be controlled by Kosick for his first touch. Nunn, the header back. Hassan just applying the pressure on Jared Clark, who looks to have moved back into the defence.
seems like the fun and games have already started about the amount of additional time. How much will there be? We'll find out in about a minute or so.
Yeah, entering the final minute of normal time now.
FK Beograd have been pretty patient, but I mean, they are running out of time.
So, again, from just eavesdropping, 7/8 minutes left, but could United even find a winner here? Falls to the edge of the area. Blažević. Now Ryan White. Falls back out to Blažević. His strike wide, and Signorello quick to retrieve and take the goal kick. Cooper Nunn. Looks for the long ball. The header is flicked on. Stam is up there. Right up against one of his former teammates in Kasumovic. It's a good opportunity for a cross here. Does find it. Goes far past the mouth of the goal. Nunn against Nicola. No foul. Koike here. Now back with Jared Clark. It's a poor ball. Does make it in the end, actually. And it's taken off of him and cleared out of harm's way as we do enter additional time now. So about 7-ish, 8-ish minutes of additional. Long ball comes in at the back post. Cooper Nunn looking to win the header. Falls in the centre. Baselli again! Just cannot seem to find the target tonight. Off the bar in the first half. And another golden opportunity for the Italian once again. Just unable to convert.
Well, that's been their clearest opportunity since Adelaide United went down to 9 men. They've been patient in their build-up.
It's another poor goal kick from Vartuli. That's maybe the second or third in a row he's done. That's given it straight back to Beograd. They have the time, Beograd, to take these attacks slowly and get it right. Nunn puts in the cross. Will it be kept in? No.
Well, you say they've got the time set, but they don't have all the time in the world. United have done brilliantly with 9 men to deal with the threat that's been their way so far. I mean, that miss from Baselli, that's huge. Might be the lifeline.
Hassan. Almost up there by himself. Down that wing.
Jamie, maybe get it, Jamie! Jamie, get it!
Spaces and gaps opening for Beograd to play into against the 9 of Adelaide United. Have find themselves behind for almost a half now, more than a half now. I think everybody here in waiting of whatever the next moment shall be. For either side, really. That one comes off Nicola's chest, and he has a bit of room to run into. Jared Clark is covering. Nunn right behind him. That's a poor ball from Nicola. Kosic. His ball doesn't find a teammate. Nicola. This could be to win it. Melwell, Nicola! Only finds the dog park. Time ticking even more so now. Remember, this game can go to extra time. Whoever loses, their season is over. And I'm sure Beograd would love to host another game here over 2 legs. Here's Jared Clark, looks from range. And we're going to start running out of match balls at this pace as United have a player down at the back. Looks to be okay. And running, in fact. Vartuli, again with the goal kick, needing to get this one right. Better this time. Clark and White, ball falls between them two. It's a silly foul to give away at this time of the match. About 3 minutes left.
You get big on look onto that. Come on, come on.
Beograd for a while this season looking to be challengers to that title against Metro Stars until a few shaky results. I'm sure would have wanted to amend it in this final series, but unless they can get something here, that will not be the case. They're looking better here though. Comes into centre, a bit of confusion. Booted away in the end. About 2 minutes left now. None. Now Clark. Udai Koike. Falls back out wide. Clark has the option in the centre. The cross will come in. Not won by Trimboli in the area. And cleared away once again. Back with Jarrett Clark. Starting these attacks at every instance at the moment from the back. United with every man behind the ball. The header's in the area. Needs a connection. And Vartuli holds it dearly and closely.
It only dribbled into Vartuli in the end, but God, it's a nervous moment. And if they do get a shot, FK Beograd, as the clock just ticks down.
Set up.
With the time left, you'd imagine there's probably only maybe, being generous too, probably one meaningful attack at this rate for Beograd left. Long ball comes in. Falls. It's a strike. Takes a deflection. Cleared away again. There's shouts of maybe a handball, I think, maybe a bit hopeful. But they still remain on the attack. Few deflections. Again, more calls for a handball. Nothing given. And then clear.
I think
about
text
1 minute left.
messages must have been flying because the crowd's actually grown in the last 15 minutes or so. That
behind us,
the fence behind us is nice crowd behind it. I want to see what happens here.
They're looking for the long throw. Really does need to reach. Headers upwards from Stanisic. Flying in from that challenge there, but no foul. And a throw in the way of United. There really can't be long left now, and that might be it for FK Beograd this season. And somehow United, down to 9, might have just scraped through in the end. They've defended well since being players down.
They've defended really, really well, but the job's not completely done yet. It'll all mean nothing in the end if they concede really, really late, and as time goes on, it only gets more difficult for them.
Good touchdown. Klazovic comes off him, out for a Beograd throw. It's really, I'm not sure exactly at the time, but this really has to be the one that counts here for Beograd. Really long throw. The header's there. Still only upwards. And then away. And now has a bit of space forward, does Hassan. Takes himself wide and takes it right down the line, in fact. Switches the ball. Needs to be won by Nunn. He's done so. The touch comes off Blazovic. And that is full time. Adelaide United go through with only 9 on the pitch in the end. And Beograd somehow, after being at the advantage for so long, just unable to get that equaliser in the end.
What a finish that was. Talk about drama. Wow. And it's going to be interesting going into the change rooms as well after this, because what's the message going to be to the Adelaide United players? Of course, they did so well defending with 9 men. But the fact that they conceded a second yellow card and an outright red as well, it leaves them in a difficult spot for next week. But what a huge result to still absorb here. This is crazy for a Sunday night.
As both sides recover, I think is the word from that match.
I think that's really impressive to see from Adelaide United as well, given I felt over the last couple of weeks they got bullied by their opposition, and tonight, what a challenge, what pressure they had against them, especially over the last 15, 20 minutes or so, just to stay strong, defend, and ultimately take that 2-1 lead all the way to the end, 2 men down.
And for them as well, an away win now at finals time, especially after, as I said earlier, haven't won away since round 1 against Croatia Raiders, is massive confidence, I think, as well for this young side.
You're right, and on the sort of ground that we said as well has been a real challenge for them. And they adapted the way they played tonight as well. They went for more long balls. We saw that first goal to get them off the line, thanks to Mlani Tatu, was the result of that. It seems like it's got really quiet here.
What an evening of football and drama and action in the end. 2 goals for Adelaide United. Mlani Tatu and Ryan White from the spot. Not quite sure who the Beograd goal has gone down to in the end, but it just wasn't enough. As we finish here at One Solution Park. Simon Jimenez, been a pleasure to be alongside you once again for finals football and bring on the next 2 weeks, the next 2 legs.
If we've got more drama like this coming, it's going to be a long next few weeks, I think.
I've been Samuel. Thank you so much for joining us on your Sunday night, wherever you're watching. Been a pleasure. Looking forward to next week. Full-time score here at One Solution Park. FK Beograd 1, Adelaide United 2, and the Reds go through to the next round.
Hang on.